Hey guys, what's up? It's Danielle. So today I thought I would talk about my experience with Wellbutrin so far. So I actually mentioned that I was going to be starting a new medication. If you watched my updates video where I talk about going to school and obviously being on the new meds. So this is something that is really exciting for me because I have actually been consistently gaining weight over, I'd say, the past 2 to 3 years. And I feel like obviously a lot of that is, attributed to the fact that I have a very poor diet, but I feel like it's also because of my meds. So I, recently went to see a new doctor, and she's down here in Houston. And I kind of just wanted to, establish the patient-doctor relationship, if you will, because I'm going to be coming back here and living, hopefully, for the rest of my life. So I just figured I might as well do it now. So she talked to me, very briefly about, how I felt like I was doing with the medication that I was on, which, if you are wondering, I was on Prozac, and I believe I was on 40 milligrams. So I think of it in terms of the generic name, although right now I'm completely blanking on it. I think, it's fluoxetine HCl in the 40 milligram. And then before that, I was actually on Zoloft, and that was, I think they started me off on the 20 milligram, and then I moved up to 40, and then I just changed altogether. So now that I'm on this new medication, I started it officially last Wednesday. And now that I'm on it, I'm starting to see some differences. So the main thing with Wellbutrin is it's called bupropion, or bupropion. I don't really know how to say it, but it's called Wellbutrin. And if you're curious, you can go look it up. But I believe she has me on the 150 milligrams right now, which is comparable to the 40 milligrams of Prozac that I was on before. So I guess in terms of mood, I asked her this, but in terms of mood, it's literally the same. But the major difference between what I'm on now and the Prozac is that it helps you to lose weight versus, making you gain weight, if that makes any sense. So pretty much it's also meant for people who, are trying to quit smoking. And what it does is it targets the pleasure centers of the brain. So it targets all of that, and it kind of, I don't really know how to describe it because it's also like 8 in the morning and I've been up since 3. But basically all you really need to know is that it targets the pleasure centers of the brain, and it really does work. I can honestly say that. You guys know this. I have made, no secrets about it. I love chocolate. I love, bad food, if you will. And I absolutely love it. But I'm not gonna lie, I have still been eating it now that I'm on the new medication, but there's a huge difference between before I was on it and now that I am. So my appetite has shrunk quite a bit. And I'm not really sure if that is a side effect of the Wellbutrin, because the normal side effects are things like, dizziness. You might be nauseous, when you first take it in the morning. Also, insomnia is something if you don't take it right away right when you wake up. So I actually did a little bit of research before I went and I picked it up, and I kind of read these different comments on different websites, and they're like, oh yeah, if you're taking Wellbutrin, just make sure that just make sure that if it makes you nauseous or not, and Also, make sure that you know to only take it right when you wake up in the morning, because if you take it later in the day, it will keep you up. And that's actually, I think, one of the biggest complaints that people have about Wellbutrin is that it keeps them up at night. However, a lot of other people say that if you take it properly and if you take it right when you get up in the morning, then you shouldn't really have any issues. So I've been doing that and it's been working like a charm. As far as my mood is concerned, it is literally the same as when I was on Prozac. So I'm perfectly fine with that. You know, I'm happy. I'm my usual self and life is great. I'm not irritable. I'm not bitchy. And that's really the way that I like to be. Because I mean, who really enjoys being an asshole? But like I said, the biggest change has definitely been in my diet, I guess. So you guys know that I've been trying to lose weight. I've lost 11 pounds so far. And I'm not gonna lie, I did gain back like 3 pounds, but since I've been on the Wellbutrin, I've actually lost those 3 pounds. So I'm back down to where I was before. But the most profound thing that I've noticed since starting this medication is that if there's something I want to eat, like a good example would be, you know, let's see, good example would be chocolate. If I want chocolate, I'll still have it, but I don't eat all of it in one sitting like I used to. I'll literally have a little bit and then I'm done. And this honestly has been going on with a lot of different things. So I noticed with chips the other day that, you know, I would eat a couple and then I would be done. Whereas normally I could polish off half a bag to an entire bag in one sitting. So I have noticed that that is probably the most profound thing about, you know, being on this medication. And I'm not gonna lie, right now my face is like really, really bad. I'm breaking out really horribly. And it's probably because of my diet, but I'm also thinking it could be hormonal. So I'm not really sure right now. But if I figure it out, I'll let you guys know. But I don't know. I really feel like this is a very cool thing to experience just because, you know, I didn't think that it was really possible to be on an antidepressant and to have it help me lose weight. Because, you know, most of them, they don't really say, oh yeah, it's an antidepressant and it helps you lose weight. Most of them say, you know, weight gain is one of the side effects. And a lot of people, me included, are like, you know what, if it means that I can be a nicer person, if it means that I can be a happier person, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take that risk and I'm gonna roll with it the best I can. But it's gotten out of control. Like, I think we can all tell it's gotten out of control. So I'm very, very happy that I'm on this new medication. I was actually, I think it was for 2 or 3 weeks, I was off of my Prozac because I was having issues with getting it filled. And I'm not even gonna go into all that because there's really no point. But basically I was having issues with getting the Prozac filled and I was like, you know what? I'm not really gonna plan on getting a refill for it, not until I get back to school. So the whole Wellbutrin thing kind of took me by surprise because I went in there, you know, just to kind of like introduce myself to my new doctor and I came out with a new prescription. So it totally blindsided me, but I'm extremely happy with the result. So I just wanted to update you guys on that. Obviously, there are still, you know, similar side effects with the Wellbutrin as there were with the Prozac and the Zoloft. Most notably, at least for me, it has to be the dry mouth. I hate it so much. It's so annoying. And it's like anything I do does not help. You guys know I chug a ton of water and I actually have been using a different mouthwash, but I need to get back to using like the Biotin or the Act Restorative mouthwash or something like that. And then I think I also need to buy something along the lines of TheraBreath, you know, like the lozenges for dry mouth, because it feels really gross. So for me, I think that's the, like, you know, one of the side effects that has stayed the same. But as far as everything else is concerned, I haven't really seen anything else happen aside from the fact that I'm losing weight. And it could just be that, you know, I don't know, it could just be that I've been eating differently, but I don't really feel like I have been. So I'm not really sure. I do feel like it is the medication helping. And honestly, it doesn't take much for me to get full these days. It didn't really take much before, but now it really, really doesn't take a whole lot. I can probably chug like half a bottle of water and I'll be full for like the next hour or so. I do still get hungry, but it's not like to the point where I'm so ravenous that, excuse me, I feel like I need to eat everything in sight. So I don't know, it's kind of a cool experience because, you know, it's a 2-for-1, if you will. It's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I really like it. I'm happy and my mood is amazing and I'm being a nice person, I feel like anyways. And at the same time, I'm able to lose weight. So I feel like this is definitely the best thing ever. I'm also kind of like wondering though why I didn't actually go to my doctor. I haven't seen my actual doctor in years because I just kept going to my nurse practitioner. But, you know, I was like, I relate to her a little bit better, so I'm like, why not? So I've been going to a nurse practitioner for probably the past 6 years, and I've only been seeing her, so there was really no need for me to see my doctor. And you know, she was the one who I actually broke down to, and I told her that I felt depressed. She was the one who got me started on this whole crazy journey. And I'm kind of surprised though that she didn't, you know, introduce me to Wellbutrin before if she knew about it. But then again, I know how she is, and I guess she really didn't want to like mess with my mood or anything. And she knows that I spend basically all my time at school, so she probably just didn't want to, you know, mess with any of that. But at the same time, I have to wonder because she's always been counseling me about my weight and how I need to lose it. And then I come to this new doctor and I really like her. My mom goes to her as well. And, you know, right off the bat, she's just like, you know what, let's have you try Wellbutrin, and if you like it, we'll keep you on it. If you don't, then we'll take you off. But she's like, I really think that this will, you know, kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and you can lose the weight and get healthier, and then you can also go ahead and obviously feel better, you know, not feel depressed. So that's kind of one of the things that's in the back of my mind. But aside from that, I am extremely happy with the outcome, and I just wanted to let you guys know that. Something else that I did learn about Wellbutrin is that it's also meant for people who have seasonal affective disorder. And the part of Ohio that I come from, and actually the part of Ohio where I go to school, we have an immense amount of people with SAD. So it's not very uncommon to see people up there on, you know, any type of antidepressant. So I really do feel like this is going to help me quite a bit, especially in terms of school and in terms of, you know, figuring out like what I want to do or what I'm going to be doing for the next couple months. So I am very, very excited. I don't think I'm going to be doing a weekly update for you guys. I think I'm just going to do probably a monthly update, or I'll do like every 6 weeks. somewhere around there, just so that you guys can, you know, kind of keep up with it. But I don't want to bombard you with it just because, excuse me, I feel like that would get really boring really quickly, and I'm sure a lot of you guys want to see some other content. But anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm so happy about this whole thing, and I can't wait to see what's gonna happen in the future, and I will definitely keep y'all posted. But anyways, I wanna thank you guys so much for watching. Pictures, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, links are all in the description below. Don't forget to follow me on all those, see what I'm doing throughout the day and the week. Also, I'm just gonna address this. I've gotten 2 really nasty comments about myself this week, and I generally try not to address stuff like that, but it's just, the first one was really racist, and I found it kind of funny because I don't know, no one's really ever racist towards me, but she was like calling me Chinese. Like, first of all, I'm not Chinese, so you can step off. And then second of all, she was making fun of my voice. Like, I can't help the way my voice sounds, okay? And she's like, oh, you have like a low sounding voice, and it sounds like I have 1,000 throwing stars being thrown at my face. And I'm like, that's not my problem. That was the first one. And then the second one I learned about is that someone I work with apparently hates the fact that I am expressive. So I'm like, that's perfectly fine. You know, you can keep your thoughts to yourself, but I feel like it's better to be blunt, because then people know where you stand, and it makes your life so much easier. You know, you don't have to fake anything. And I would honestly rather just have people hate me up front. So I just wanted to address those 2 things. First of all, the racism, not acceptable. Second of all, you know, yes, I am an expressive person, but, you know, if you can't handle it, then you can go on your merry way and I'll go on mine. So I just wanted to kind of address that. And, you know, I feel like the internet is the great equalizer, or it should be at least. So let's all try to be nice people, you know, there's no reason to be an asshole. And yeah, that's my whole spiel on that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. You know I love all of y'all. I have some really good videos coming up, so I think you guys will be excited. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching again. Don't forget to subscribe for more content, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye guys.